Good morning, world. Wherever you're tuning in from on this third rock from the sun, remember, we are the sun. Welcome to the Mark Inspire Show. Let's get into it. This is 432 Hertz healing music. Get into it.
It's so hard to leave this place. Easy to know, easy to feel it. When you let the world's problems slip away. Sitting all alone, sitting alone under the sunlight, feeling all that pure light on your face. We are the sun, we are the sun. To be sitting in the sun, feeling all of that beautiful pure light on your face. Place all that negativity, yeah, you got it all inside you. It's draining you, it's holding on to your core. You got to let it go. You cannot let it take your soul. No, you cannot let it be a part of you. You need to detach it from your everyday. Show up and we'll help you with that. Yeah, we'll help you with that. We are the sun. When it's dark outside, we'll be the light. Like a scorching earth with darkness, and we'll extinguish their hatred, their fear-based propaganda, slowing us down no longer. No, they can't stop what we got here. It's bound to blow out this atmosphere. Yeah, 'cause we are the sun. Yeah, we are the sun. We are the sun. Yeah. Dark outside when we love. We are the sun. outside will be the light. Fire back, yeah. So let fire back, yeah. We are the sun, we are the sun, yeah. We are the sun. We are the sun. We are the sun. It's dark outside.
Good morning, my friends. Welcome to the longest running daily variety show,
I was walking down the road to
The Mark Inspire Show.
for another way to ease my mind and help my living.
To ease my mind, help my living for 1,845 days in a row. Welcome. This is the morning segment of the Mark Inspire Show, 2 shows a day. We are reaching the planet this year. There will always be a live show for you. Whether morning is better or evening, you now have an opportunity to join an amazing chat once a day or twice a day if you can somehow make it work. So every 12 hours I'm live essentially. 9 a.m. and then hopefully 9 p.m. Sometimes it's a little later, but there will always be a show in the first half of the day and a live show in the second half of the day so we can connect with people all over the world. I'd like to create some sort of Mark Inspires world map, and people could just go in there and pin where they are in the world, and we could start figuring out where this positivity is starting to spread. It does take one voice in a nation to inspire, and maybe getting through to a few souls in these different locations around the planet will help us get this message out, that there's a show every day for you. A show of peace, a show to connect, live music at 432 hertz on a drum that no one has ever seen before because I invented it. So if you're interested in seeing something that's never existed, welcome to the Mark Inspire Show. Here's a little secret. You also have never existed, so you have a uniqueness within you that would blow minds. Have you located it yet? I don't know. All I know is after 1,845 days in a row live, I've unlocked everything I'm meant to do here on this planet. And mostly it has to do with this motto of mine, which is to affect a positive change one person at a time. I hope at some point that was you. I hope at some point you said, I like being on this channel and feeling whatever's coming next because it's happening in the moment here. Because that's what it's about. It's about electricity. Frequency, vibration. We all ride the roller coaster of life. We need each other in order to stay at the higher parts of that roller coaster. When we start to dip down low, we need each other to help get back up, to move the momentum forward instead of staying stagnant. So please lean on each other more. If you are someone who could be leaned on, allow it. This is our time. This, right now, is our time. And I guess that's why I show up every day, to remind you, look, guys, this is it. Do you want to do something? Do you want to get up and go and make something happen? Because I'm ready to do it with you. I don't know where we're going to go today. I'll tell you, we're going to talk a little bit about this bullying scenario that I had. I dropped a really, really powerful piece of content yesterday. We're going to get into it. But Matt Zabrowski's going to hit you with a woohoo.
Something to live for.
Zabrowski, you ready for it? No, finish your yoo-hoo. Zabrowski. Woohoo! You got it down and you got the woohoo out in time. Sometimes we're waiting on you to finish that yoo-hoo. Yeah. But today he was ready to go, guys. So, pumped to have Matt Zabrowski with me every day for this run. That woohoo has been really something. I make a joke of it every day that woohoo has different, a different rating every day because it's different every day. It's the same woohoo every day. It's just the way I make comedy out of it every day that is unique. But that woohoo is transcendental. I'm not sure. I mean, I am sure that song is freaking powerful. When I wrote that song 2 days before I recorded that album, I remember just dancing when I was writing it. Dancing. There's something to live for. Powerful, powerful stuff. So when Matt Zabrowski heard it for the first time and he's in the studio laying down the drum tracks and he finished up his performance, that's what he did. Uh-oh. I'm running out of propane. Hold on. Gonna have to go fill up those propane tanks. Guys, how do you expect me to be sitting outside here in front of the, pyramids in Antarctica, or here outside in the middle of wherever the hell I am on YouTube? Guys, where am I? I joke that I'm in Litchfield County, Connecticut, because I am in Connecticut. I'm a realtor. That's what I do for a living, guys. If you have any homes you need to buy, or if you're looking to sell a property, reach out to me. Okay, I do this all day, every day, but I show up with you to see if we could break away from the world for a few minutes. I did invent the only drum in the world for guitar players. I patented this, but I don't make a living at making BeatSeats yet. It's also extremely powerful for anyone with autism. So if you know anybody with autism, which it seems to be like, it's devastating to see children that are struggling with autism. But to have invented a drum that can give them some sort of therapeutic benefit is amazing for me. It's actually I'm more excited about that than I am that musicians have a drum that can play by themselves and sound like a band. I mean, that was what I designed it for. I was pumped to be able to put on a show all by myself without a drummer. That's why I designed the BeatSeat. But within that, sometimes you create something that's bigger than you. And that's what happened here. Autism is a major issue in this existence of ours. It's getting worse. Like, we could point fingers at why. I think we could definitely point fingers at why. It has a lot to do with what they throw into our bodies, I believe. But the point is, we see a lot of people out there that are trying to connect with individuals that can't connect. And this BeatSeat is that connection. So check it out at beatseat.rocks. What an amazing experience it is to sit on this thing and play music for you on a daily basis. I may sit on it in a little while. I'm right now sitting on my chair here. I'm going to get into something. Again, if you haven't seen the piece of content yet, it was a very vulnerable moment that I shared about being bullied when I was in 7th grade by 2 different guys at the same time. It wasn't like I'd see one guy and then later on I'd see a different guy and he was a bully too. These guys were like best friends and they decided to torture me for my entire 7th grade existence. Every single day I'd get thrown against lockers and punched, and just like it was like an entertainment event. People literally stand around in circles and laugh and enjoy it as I got my ass kicked. And it was a nightmare for me at the time. And I only had a savior that didn't even know he was my savior really, but he was a guardian angel. And Mike Green, I love this guy. I'm really hoping that he may respond to my Facebook posts about this. He did it when I originally put out the article. I wrote like a news piece maybe 10 years ago about this, and I put it on Facebook, and a bunch of people responded, and one of them was Mike Green, and he's like, man, I had no idea this was that big a deal. I was just a dumb kid doing what he could to help a friend, but he was a guardian angel because I had no other friend do that at the time. I had some big friends. They wouldn't help. My best friends were as big as me. They wouldn't help. I was the idiot who said to these 2 guys, hey, leave him alone, because I saw these guys beating up on this other small kid about my size, and I was like, why are these 2 guys beating up on this little small kid? So I go, hey guys, leave him alone. And I'm a little pipsqueak kid, and they go, okay, we'll leave him alone. We're gonna kick your ass now and then I didn't know what that meant. But Mike Green stepped up. I think it was actually, this is the crazier part. I never shared this. Mike Green was in my art class. That's the only reason why I had him as a protector. When I finished up art class and these guys said, we're going to kick your ass now, we're going to beat you up now, I got into the hallway and they started. It wasn't like next week. They started beating me up right after class and throwing me up against the locker. Mike Green, that was the first time Mike Green threw his backpack down and went to freaking town on these dudes. And I was like, what in the, I never saw it. And then I could point out 2 or 3 other times where he came barreling through a crowd for me. And dude wasn't even in my wing. Mike Green wasn't even in my wing, guys. It must have been such a big deal that people were in the halls. Oh, Mark's getting his ass kicked again. Mike Green was probably barreling down the hallway, rushing through to push through a crowd to come and fight 2 kids for me. That's a guardian angel. Whether he knew it or not, he was being guided to protect me. I couldn't protect myself, guys. This is two big kids that were like, one of them was shaving, and I was always small till senior year of high school. I was that kid senior year of high school who sees all the sophomores. They're like, hey, what's up, Mark? I'm like, hey, guys, how's it going? Hope you're having a good day. They called me Smiley in high school. So imagine being the guy who's always positive, always trying to be, let's get together, guys, let's be happy. And then being the smallest kid, and there's a bunch of dicks around who don't like a guy like that. We all run into people who don't like the guy who's too positive, right? Sorry, I don't know how to be anything other than what I am. If it's too positive, it's too positive. I don't think I am. I think I'm just me. And it expresses itself in different forms. Sometimes I'm energized and I'm throwing crazy comedy at you. That's a positive type of event. Sometimes I'm in the middle of a moment with this guitar and this drum I invented, and that is a whole different type of positivity. So I can't change how I was built. All I could do is offer. And so I look back at that event of Mike Green saving me from two brutes who were just a bunch of prick kids. And yeah, it was a big deal to me in 7th grade. I moved forward. I never had my resolve from the situation because the principal eventually, I guess, found out and got involved, called my parents, his parents, it's their parents, etc. But I have it to look back on. It was very traumatic. And I always will give Mike Green the full credit for being my guardian angel in that moment. And this is why I try to understand how big our actions are to those around us, even though they seem minuscule to us. They seem like they don't really have an effect, but they may have the biggest effect. They say our actions have ripples, and they will reach all different locations on the planet. You want your ripples to be soothing. You want your ripples to affect a positive change. We've seen through our history how many people decide to destroy what we have for personal mean. We don't need that much. I think we need enough to be financially free. I don't understand it, but I'm just thinking you got to figure out that none of this stuff goes with us. We've got our actions, and then hopefully that's good enough for us to get to the next place, whatever that is. So daily, do what you can in order to fill your soul. How do you fill your soul? Kindness, acts of kindness. To me, that seems to be the only way. The more you do for others, the more that seems to take place in your own life. And even if it doesn't, you should be able to sleep better at night. So I thought it'd be interesting if we tried to find these two bullies. I don't remember the guy Rich's last name, so I'm hoping maybe Mike Green at some point sees this and says, oh yeah, his name is Rich Ramananuno. I forget what his last name was. Something Ramanochuchi. I don't know. Ramana punch you in the face every day for a year is basically what I remember. But the other guy's name was John Bruno. And that one I think we could look for. I don't know if we're going to find it, but why not deep dive together? Let's see what happens. And I don't think I'll confront him if I did find him, but it would just be good to know if he is out there. Look, this was 30 years ago, 32 years ago. So everybody changes. I'm sure he's not the same kid he was then, but I'll tell you, he was a dick. He was a dick back then. And I do recall, actually, I did try to find him once before, and I don't think I was lucky. It's going to be kind of easy for me to search him up, though, so let's see. Let's see if we can find him. We're going to go in here and we're going to pull this up together. Whatever we find out, it's going to give us some information. If you guys want to check this out on YouTube, link is in the bio. All right, here we go. So, Joanne, I'm going to get rid of you for a minute. The wheeze is quite obnoxious. Joanne, are you done? Are you done wheezing? We're trying to do a show here. You know, I have to deal with it. I'm trying to get a word in edgewise over that. Wheezy McGee over there. All right, so let's see what we could find here. Joanne, I told you I got to get rid of you. You're just wheezing. You're oozing the wheeze. Here we go. Let's get in here and see what we can find on John Bruno. Now, this right over here. Hold on a minute. No, don't think that's him. He was a bigger guy, and he had a little bit darker complexion, so that looked like him for a second. I don't think that's him, though. We're going to keep looking, see what we could find out here about John Bruno. See, this is what I remember last time. There was no digital footprint for this guy at all. John Bruno. Let's see if I could put in a few things and find him. Toms River East, New Jersey. That's the only thing I could think of putting on, because that's where I knew him from, is Toms River East. Let's see. Anything here? That's not John Bruno. What about this guy? This guy looks angry. He could be John Bruno. I see a couple pictures of that guy. I wonder if it doesn't look like him though. No, I remember a whole different face. He had a nice rounded face. That's why that first guy I saw, I was like, that could be John Bruno, but it's not. It's not him. All right, come on, man. We got to find. What if his name was? No, it was John Bruno. But what? Maybe there's more information. I can't think. Nah, I don't know what else I could think of there. Let's try this. I have to figure he was. I think he may have been. John Bruno. The dude is maybe in prison. Let's just see. Prison. I don't. Mob, murder, bust. If John Bruno's on this freaking list, is this him in the middle? John Perna. No, Joseph Perna. Imagine if the dude was on this list of like mobsters. It did come up when I said John Bruno. James. It's hard to see this. I could probably zoom in a little bit. I don't. John J. Bruno. No, different one. Yeah, I don't think we're going to find him, guys. This is what I remember from last time. He was definitely not someone who pops up like he has a social media profile or anything. He must either he crossed John Bruno Construction. Yeah, maybe. Hold on, that's actually a good point. John Bruno Construction, Toms River, New Jersey. Let's see what comes up. I'll bring the 2x4. JB Construction. Maybe is that him? JB. That face looks like it could be him. Let me just see real quick. If that's it, if you got it right with John Bruno Construction. John Bruno! No fucking way. I think that's him, guys. I can't. If this is really him, guys, you are freaking geniuses. Who the hell got that right? Modoc Roughstock, you bad dude, you. Are you kidding me, guys? That's John Bruno right there. He lost a lot of weight. He was much bigger than me in 7th grade, but that nose, he has the rounded nose of John Bruno. The cheeks, same cheeks, similar eyes. I think that's him, guys. And it says 30 years. He's been building for over 30 years. Let's read about John Bruno, my bully. If this is him. John Bruno has been a residential home building business for 30 years and has the experience and expertise to punch young, small kids in the face. Well, he didn't punch me in the face. He just beat the hell out of me in my chest, arms, throw against the lockers, that type of thing. I wonder if that guy Rich works for him. Right? With an intuitive sense of design, he frequently enhances many of his construction projects and remains the key point of contact for each job. John's eye for detail sets the bar for the entire company, and he takes pride in keeping open lines of communication with every customer from beginning to end. Now, I do want to be clear. I don't know if this is him. I'm just saying that freaking dude looks like him. He came up when you said John Bruno Construction, Modoc, and it freaking looks like him. A team at JB Construction will work seamlessly with architects, real estate developers, and bullies. Just kidding. Homeowners to transform their plans into reality. We know that peace of mind is vital for our clients, so a driving force of our company is the ability to work independently and efficiently. All of our projects to date have come to us through referrals, which further emphasizes our high standards of integrity. I'm freaking sure that's him now. I'm pretty sure, guys. Like, I want to zoom in on that Fache. I'm pretty sure that's him. Can we get more info about? Here we go. They can't get, there's no more about the about here. Contact. Oh no, I can't. I don't know if that's him. I don't want to call. I don't know if that's him. I'll tell you what, that's nice work though. My father being a builder, he does nice work. Would be actually good to have a conversation with him. Huh. I can't believe you friggin' found him, Modoc. If that's him, again, I don't know if that's him. Let's check out the gallery of work that John Bruno has here. Really nice work. This is the same type of thing I'd see my father doing, like really high-end quality construction. Looks like he has some good carpenters. Look at that. Wow, that's a beautiful library right there. But we also don't know. Let's just quickly do something here. I think that's what came up when we typed that in. Guys, I'm pretty sure. No, that's a different guy. 57. It's definitely not. All right. It would have been nice if we were right about that. Hold on. There's another John Bruno Senior Housing. No, that's definitely not him. That kid's like 12. Definitely not that same John Bruno. Bruno Brick. Hold on. Here's one about John Bruno Sr. This is definitely probably because it said something about his growing up in Brick, which is right nearby. Let's see if there's a little detail on here. Oh, man. I really thought that was him for a second. Wait, that looks like him here. You see this? I told you, he's like a bigger guy. I can't imagine he got like really skinny, but he could have. That dude looked like it could have been him. I'll tell you what, that is pretty crazy. I kind of want to call the dude and just be like, hey, just curious. This is Tom's River. This must have been his dad. In 2020, John J. Bruno. Let's see, I wonder if there's a John J. Bruno Jr. Oh, right here. John Bruno Jr. Let's see. No. Age 76. Come on, man. We got to find somebody who's like, if we could see someone in their 40s, we're like, okay, we got a chance here. Joseph Bruno. Let's see, anything else here? John Bruno. Joe Bruno. See there. I'm definitely doing a little search here to see if I can find some more info here, but this says John J. Bruno is 76. We need to find a guy who's 45. I don't see it. I don't see it. That was definitely very close. I mean, this guy here, this picture could have been taken 10 years ago, because this website was done in 2019. Just looking at this dude, I could have thought he was around 45, but he could be older because it says that this guy's 54, and that would definitely not be the same John Bruno. Oh man, still pretty cool to do this search and see what we could find, guys. Still pretty cool. I'm not sure what you guys think about this, but Renee, thank you for giving me the tip on this. She goes, it'd be interesting to see what happened to these guys. Modoc says, it is him. Type A personality. Sell his houses. That's funny, Modoc. I should. My detective team found him. Oh, my goodness. Too freaking crazy. Helen, how are you? So good to see you. Thank you for being here with me. Guys, this is my search for the bully I had when I was in 7th grade. If you want to head over to YouTube, you can see it. Just click the link in my bio. Mark Inspires. We've been live for 1,845 days in a row. We're just 5 days away from 1,850 days live daily. And that's 2 shows a day now. I'd like to see if I could connect with the whole world every day. So if you're in Europe, you can see the show in the morning. If you are in the United States, you can catch it at night. And there's always a live chat here for you to connect with people who want to get away from the world for a few minutes. There is no script here. We just get into this moment and see where it takes us. Sometimes it's music. Sometimes it's comedy. Sometimes I'm searching for the two guys who beat the shit out of me when I was in 7th grade. But it is the moment taking place. This is the only moment. So that's why I refuse to come in here with a plan. I want to get into this very second that we are living and breathing in and see where that takes us. And it keeps bringing out beautiful songs on a daily basis and silly comedies and lots of inspiration. So join us as we continue this journey into the sun. So, John Bruno, whether that's you or not, and I don't think it is, although that freaking nose, that nose looks just like the rounded nose I wanted to freaking punch as hard as I could. You know what I mean? John Bruno. It's still a good search we had here, just to see what the heck is going on here with these two guys. I got to get that other guy's name, Rich Romanello or something like that. I'm going to see if, I really hope that Mike Green gets back to me and says, yeah, no, his name was Rich Romanowski or whatever. I'm like, oh yeah, didn't he play football? 3 p.m. here in England. See, this is a good example. Right now, while I'm live in England, it's 3 p.m. This is like a perfect time of day for anybody across the pond to jump on and hang out for a little bit. So it means a lot to me that King Kong's here, has been joining us like on a daily, which is freaking awesome. And guys, my hope is that like King Kong comes in and in the morning wakes up and is like, oh, must have been a pretty sick show last night, which it was. I wrote 2 awesome songs last night, guys. Crazy. One of them is called The Name Game, because Helen, genius that she is, says, I think it would be a pretty cool song if you just sang our names. Guys, I went nuts. I sang so many names, but then also did some rapping in there, and it was powerful. Very high energy. It's called The Name Game. So check that out. I'm going to drop that. I'll be pulling that. I'm pulling too many things from last night are going to have to get pulled. It was an amazing show last night, so go back and watch it after this. But yeah, between The Name Game, we wrote the second song, which I still have here. We started this one. So this was last night, second song.
Will you join me as we search for mysteries of life?
The mysteries of life.
We need to understand it all. The mysteries of life. Yeah.
Just a nice upbeat jam, 432 hertz, about the mysteries of life. Every day I'm writing stuff that's deep, man. This isn't like, go out and enjoy the sun. No, it's like, you are the sun. You are the sun. Nothing can stop you but you. So another one of my quotes. I think it's the ultimate sham that they think we're like not able to do things, and they give us this doubt, because the only thing that can stop you is you. Like, if you want to do something, if you want to accomplish something, you just do it. And it's amazing how our minds are built that way. When we believe in ourselves, we're just accomplishing things that others thought were impossible. I got a great piece of content somewhere on this run about the word impossible. I wrote a song about it called Everything Is Possible, and the reason is, it is. The word impossible is a lie. There are a few things that are impossible, but most things are very possible, just no one's willing to do the work in order to get it done. But one guy comes along and says, I could do that. I don't see impossible. I see I am possible. I see an apostrophe in a space. I'm possible. Not impossible. That act, that task is screaming at you. I'm possible. Come get me. But everybody else sees impossible. Everybody else walks by and sees impossible, impossible. It's that one guy who's nuts enough to say, I'm possible. That's a philosophy nobody can really understand until you look at the word. Just look at the word. Put an apostrophe in right between the I and the M. Put a space between the M and the P, and you see the real word. We think about things that matter here. We talk about things that matter here. This is our opportunity to understand how amazing we are, and to understand that it's a little step to connect. It's not massive. It's a little step to connect. And it really comes down to being aware. You have to be aware, not necessarily of where you are, because we don't know where we are. You have to be aware of when you are. When? And the only answer to that will always be now. It will always be in the present. There is no other time you will be. You'll never be in the past or the future. You're always going to be right now. So think about when you are and make sure that you're doing in that time that you are at. Because you can't sit back and wait for things to come to you. They don't. They don't come to you. You're moving to them. It's the only thing that makes sense. If we're moving with a moment and we're waiting for something to come to us, that just doesn't even make logical sense. Waiting for an event to come to us. No, we're moving towards that event. And that is the most beautiful way to think about it. So I appreciate the fact that you'll allow me to get a little philosophical on my chats here, because I've got a lot of knowledge that was just ingrained within me. I didn't go to school for some of these things. I didn't read Nietzsche. I didn't read Freud or anything. Sometimes all the information is universal if you can tap into it. We all have access to it. Some of us are more sensitive to it. Some of us are willing to speak the words. They're able to articulate the emotion. You didn't have to go to school for it. Some of us are writing the book. That's the other way I think about it. Someone wrote the book. And then once that book had been written, every single person beyond follows that book. And they learn from that book. And there's no creativity beyond. You're just a shell because somebody else told you to think something. And not that that thing is wrong, but the point was somebody wrote that book. Write a book. Write the book of your life. You can't read somebody else's book and make it yours. I like that concept of writing your own book instead of following what everybody else has figured out. We all sort of figure out the same things, and mostly everything has been said, it's just said differently. One of my old mentors, one of my real estate clients was a mentor for a while before I sold his house. And he used to say, only a gifted few can wing it. He used to say all these great things like, change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. That's where I thought about the Dr. Wayne Dyer clip, because that's true. Everything we look at in life is from one perspective. If we don't change that perspective, we're lost, especially when we're looking at it from a negative. Sometimes we misread things or we misinterpret things, and now we automatically think we know when we are way off. So it's important to look at things from multiple perspectives and understand what was being said. That's why I like the Bible, the 1775 Bible. That's important, I'm reading these stories, these verses for the first time ever. So when I have an immediate response to something like 13 months or the days of the week starting on Sunday instead of Monday, the things that I'm not used to seeing, that is a huge deal for me. I'm like, what is this? So I'm a curious kid when it comes to reading that Bible. I have to laugh when I hear people who are like scholars of the Bible and they're like ripping me for having an opinion or in the moment response, a reaction to something I read. And they're like, what kind of scholar would go there and not realize, how stupid could a scholar be to say the first time someone read someone, they reacted live on camera like this and let me eviscerate them. Like, what kind of scholar are you? A scholar is someone who provides useful information and doesn't take a guy who's providing information and saying something in the moment, reactioning. It's like reactionary. This whole thing with the Bible, it's reactionary. And immediately going to let me just destroy this concept here. And it's like, no, let's get back to what's important here. It says 13 months. Let's talk that out. Not necessarily every word I said in the process, because I'm just a guy who's curious who owns a 1775 Bible. And I say that still to anybody who comes across my 1775 Bible content. I'm a master with the guitar. I'm a master of sitting here and saying how I feel. I'm a master of creating comedy in the moment. I'm not a master of understanding my 1775 Bible. I just own it. And I'm willing to share it with everybody. And you guys can provide the useful, correct analysis of what I'm reading. But what I think is pretty cool is a Bible from 1775 in Old English being read by somebody who can read it. Because I've seen people read before Old English, and it's boring, first of all. But secondly, there's probably a pretty good reason I have this Bible and that I'm able to read it for you. It's not easy to read, guys. It's not easy to read that stuff. But when you're live for 5 years in a row every single day speaking, and then you have to read something like Old English to a camera live in the moment for the first time, things click. I'm able to sight read Old English. I never did it in my life. Not always. Sometimes like the words are really messed up and I'm like, what the frick is that word? I get caught up for a little bit. But there are runs where it's like, dude, this guy's read this before. No, I'm just allowing those words to push me in the moment and let the emotions come to the surface. I read Romans the other night. It was powerful. I'm going to be dropping that today. So make sure you stay tuned for whatever I drop today. I have a couple pieces of content I'm working on, but I have to go and sell real estate. It is a Friday. Remember me when you are buying or selling real estate, please, guys. All over the country, I can help you. It's free of charge. Please ask me how I could help you for free, and I will help you for free. And I'll also explain to you how. It's very simple. You don't pay anything for a buyer service, so when it comes down to you're calling for an agent. Even when you pay for a seller, as a seller for an agent to list your home, you're paying one fee. That fee is the same whether you hire 10 people or you hire the person I get. You don't pay any more if I find you a great contact. If I did, though, that person would send me a small referral fee if they sell your house, but it doesn't cost you any more or any less. It's the same cost. So the question is, can I find you a better agent than the one you're going to call on the phone? And I'm pretty sure I can. 15 years of experience, I'm able to ask some questions you wouldn't think of asking when it comes to locating the best agent for you. It's because I do this every day. I wouldn't know what questions to ask if I was getting into finance, and I was like, I'm going to go and get a Scottrade account. I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know where to put my money. It's like, it doesn't make sense to all of a sudden start throwing money all over the place on your own when you have no experience at it. And say, I'm going to learn finance now. No, I just call a guy who's been doing it for 15 years. So for me, I do it for free. For my family here that shows up and joins me, I will locate the best agent for you. Modoc Roughstock right now is working with an agent that I found for him out in Nevada. And that's what we do. I'm in Connecticut. I can find you an agent in Hawaii. I could find you an agent in California, in Arizona, in New Jersey, in Florida, anywhere in the United States. It costs you $0, and they may be good enough to get the job. You don't have to hire them. If you do, though, it's because they're the best agent. And like I said, I kind of like this idea that call 2 or 3 people, line it up. Hey, I got 3 agents coming in next Friday to interview to get my listing. All right, can I find you a 4th person to sit down and tell you what they do? And if they do something that's interesting to you and they can provide more value and you hire them, that's good for me. I want to get referrals out all over the country this year. And again, it costs you $0 to have me send a referral out. It's just work I have to do, and I'm willing to do it. Because there is that little chance I'll get a small referral at the end, which is great for this show. The more I can generate for my real estate business from this show, the more I could justify being live twice a day. That's the reality. So I appreciate the donations that come in. I appreciate when you guys show up here, because the more you interact, the more we're going to get others from around the world to join us. We hit critical mass, and then maybe I'm able to make a few dollars for advertising from this show, because they do play ads. I don't get any money for it, but they do play ads. So if enough people watch and they play those ads, then each month I'll actually make a little money for the show, and then I'm sure my wife will be much happier. Were you doing 2 shows a day now? Wait, so the one show wasn't working. Now you're going to do 2 shows a day? Yeah. But that's why I decided to do it early in the day so I can get into my real estate day, And honestly, I feel like seeing King Kong here, and Helen's been joining with me, and we got Will and all the people that come in the morning show. It's amazing. Sage is now South Africa. We have Sage joining us when he can get here. I got awesome people on TikTok, which I'd love it if you head over to YouTube, guys, and at least join, subscribe, and be a part of this community here. It is every day since December 31st, 2018. Find out what you've missed when the 4,000 pieces of content that have been hidden from you are unlocked. Just have to hit the link, guys. It's right above your head. Mongo McD said, as long as you show up for court, you'll be good. Good to see you, buddy. See, this is what I'm talking about. New family members joining the live stream here, whether you're in Europe or wherever. I'm here twice a day now. So I appreciate you guys checking out that little deep dive search to find John Bruno. I still feel like that guy looks like him, but it's not him because that dude's in his 50s and I'm not. So this guy was same age or a year older than me, if I recall. No, he was same age because it's 7th grade. This wasn't like random high school stuff. This was a 7th grade experience. Prepubescent Mark walking down the halls, getting his ass kicked by 2 guys. One of them shaving already, like puberty freaking John. That dude was big too, man. It wasn't like, and I'll just say that he was like bulky. The dude was like working out. He had older brothers. Both these guys had older brothers. That was the thing. Like I remember my brother, that's why I should ask my brother Michael too. Oh my goodness. Fox News promising Olympic athlete dead at 29. Guys, I don't want to get into the weeds in this because I had my last channel pulled down on TikTok because all I was doing was broadcasting every time somebody under the age of 50 was dying, and they'd be like, we don't know what happened, and I would just say stuff like, guys, what do you think happened? You know, I wouldn't even say that it was the bugaboo or anything. I'd just be like, what do you guys think happened? And they were pulling my content out, calling it misinformation, and then they took my channel away of 18,000 followers on TikTok, my first channel. We were growing, and they cut me off. They canceled me for telling news stories that were accurate. And that's when I was like, okay, I can't point out who's dying, you know? Which is weird that I can't point out that a 29-year-old's dying. I can't do a news story on that. It's like, this is how much you know the narrative is true when they start canceling people for speaking truth. Like news stories about people dying at 29 years old, and they pull those down as misinformation when you don't even say anything except, guys, another person passed away, 29 years old. This is so sad. Condolences to her family. What do you guys think happened? Leave a comment below. That's literally what I would say, and they'd pull it down. That's when I knew it. I'm like, we are done. This is the biggest sham in history. So I stopped doing those stories. Now it's just interesting stories like Dragon Found. Hilaria Baldwin, freaking hilarious. Still thinks she's Spanish. Right? No, you're not. You're from Boston. All right? Go get your fucking car from the parking lot. What are we talking about away? Mark, you helped get a bunch of us through the bugaboo. I'll tell you what, didn't we, Trish? We made straight up amazing comedy about that entire ordeal. Every day, it's just laughing at the insanity of the world. And that's why they didn't want people to join us, because it was really cutting to the actual issue with comedy. This used to be appreciated in the United States, in the world. And we ran into this issue called CV19, where all of a sudden truth in comedy is considered a threat to democracy. So that's why we are where we are here after 5 years in a row. But I'll tell you what, the people that have found us, the people that are with us on a daily basis, these people have been with me for so long because the stuff we do here is amazing. We all know we have no power to get other people here. None of us. Like everybody in this chat is amazing. They're like, yeah, I shared it with this person. And we shared it. It was like the links don't even work. Like yesterday was so funny. I went to go in because I had issues with my computer. Okay, so I go into YouTube to click on my upcoming show in my subscriptions channel page. I click subscriptions and I'm scrolling for 5 minutes. Oh, there's my show. It's coming up in 5 minutes. Oh, it's down about 40 seconds of scrolling. Oh, there is the show. Everybody else's comes up right away, but all the people, but me. So I go in and I'm like, oh, okay, let me click on it. It wouldn't work. And I've had other people say this before. Your link didn't work. I couldn't get in. I'm like, what does that mean? I couldn't get in. I kept clicking it. Nothing was happening. So I had to get creative. And I said, well, let me click on my picture. So I clicked on the picture of me. It brought me to my channel. And still nothing. And I'm like, what the hell? So then I go to live and I see nothing. But then I scroll a little and it says upcoming. And that was the only way I can get in. I had to take like 3 steps to get to my actual upcoming live stream that was ready to go. I just had to push stream. It's like, that's how YouTube doesn't even want people to get from the subscription section to me live until I'm live. Like the whole point is until I'm live, it's awesome that people are hanging out in the chat getting ready for the show. Sometimes I get caught up. I have kids. So I'm not always able to get on right at 9 or right at 9 at night. So you're there in the chat hanging out. But when you can't get in, then you have people getting frustrated and they're like, screw it, I'll go watch someone else. And we're losing potentially people who could have a great time. But last night was so good. So good. And I couldn't get in. So I'm not sure if that means anything, but I do know that the people that come here every day are amazing. Barella, Trish Killian, S. Coop, Helen Gale. You know, I got King Kong in the house, Will. I got Mongo M. McD, right? When you got a McD going on, and I'm not talking about the McDonalds. Yeah, that's shit when you eat it. You literally have shits, too, for a couple weeks. Guys, you did it. You're like, I want the French fries. Have you seen how they make those French fries? They boil them in poison for like 3 weeks. Then they have to go in with masks and wash it off for like a month. So there's no spots. Guys, we don't like spots on our French fries. We want them just perfectly, perfect stalks of potato. We're willing to sacrifice your life for said stalk of potato without a little spot on it. I don't want to see a little spot. I'd rather get the death. Can you give the death with the French? They taste so good they kill you. You know? Cholesterol up to the freaking sky. That's what you're dealing with. Because of McDonalds. Guys, I haven't been to McDonald's since 37. What's that? No, Zabrowsk, I don't know. 1953, I guess. He goes, they weren't even around yet. Yeah, I know. Sorry. That was one of my favorite bits. With my kids especially. I could just be like, yeah, I haven't had that since 84. Or my other favorite was my friends and I used to do this thing. We'd be like, I can't even say it without getting into it. It's pretty silly, but you'd just be like, whatever is happening. Like, for example, can you go out and take the trash out, whatever. Yeah, I could do that. I won the Olympics in 84 for doing that. I used to love that bit. Just be like, yeah, no, I took second in 92, Seoul. At what? Taking out the trash. I lost by one nose. And you'd be like, that's a freaking huge. How did you lose by a nose with that nose? I did. It was Mark Schnurven that wound up getting the gold that year. He took out garbage much quicker than me. By a nose. So, anyway, guys, that's what we're doing here. I'm sticking to it. I have that Romans verse for you today. I hope you guys will check that out for me and share it. The 1775 Bible stuff is really cool, and I'm learning as I go here. And I'd love to get somebody on the other side who's really studied either the 1775 or even a newer Bible and wants to chat with me, wax what's in these pages here, maybe open up some other verses. I also, and I don't know if I'm going to act on this, but I found a different Bible that has an Apocrypha in it. It's from the 1800s. And I may get that in order to read the Apocrypha from a real Bible instead of just from the internet. So we'll see. I'm still working on that. Helen, I think we could see all your comments. Let's see. Maybe not. This is... How dare you? Barella wants a little how dare you action. I wonder if there's a quick how dare you clip I could play for you guys. I don't know if you guys know who Dick Face is, but he's potentially the funniest man you've never known. There was a Robert De Niro bit I did years ago about as Dick Face, and there's a reason why it's funny. I think for some reason I thought that De Niro was a bit of a whiner the last couple of years, and I don't think he's a good actor. Like, as somebody who creates characters and does all these crazy feature films here for you guys on a daily, and I don't think I'm whatever, but I just don't think he's a good actor. I think he plays one character for his entire life. And that's all you get from Robert De Niro. You're like, okay, we get it. You do a stupid face like you're eating lemons. That's what we got. But then he's a genius. Oh, he's such a genius. I'm like, he goes out there as a mobster and does this. Same character in every movie. The only one he was different was like Jake LaMotta. Every other character De Niro's ever played is Robert De Niro reading a script. That's what the comedy's about. I'm like, he goes to the food store and like he's like the same guy. Like, where's the genius here? It makes me laugh. It does. Let's see if we could find it. Face! When you got Dick Face. There's 100 and something pieces of Dick Face here, guys. I roasted the Dalai Lama. That was hilarious. Oh my goodness. Remember when he sucked the tongue of that little boy? Yeah, I killed him on that one. No offense, Dolly, but that ain't right. You know what I mean? Sticking the tongue in your mouth. What are we talking about? Hold on, mama. Oh my goodness. The greatest comedy rap sonata ever. El Facciarato. Oh my goodness. Probably one of the funniest bits ever. I don't think I could I don't think I could do that right now, though. It's too long, and I gotta get into my day. Started the show a little too late today. Let me see what I can play for you quickly. Ordering a fresh cut from the wet market, Dick Face, one of the best things Face's ever done. I'm giving this to you in the chat. Guys, YouTube this. This is the funniest thing you'll ever see in your life. I'm in a wet market during Covey Bovey with a bunch of people that are sitting there getting like slaughtered meat and like lamb. And just Dick Face's walking around with my hat. Hold on now, Manny. He smells like shit in here. What are we talking? Dick Face is essentially a clean version of Andrew Dice Clay. He doesn't disparage women. He's just looking for respect. So you can't pay respect to the Face. I'm here. I'm at the wet market. You can't pay respect to the Face. I can't figure you. You know, I can't figure you. That's one of my favorite things that Face says. I can't figure you. I can't figure you. What are we talking? What are we talking about? Right? I'm in the Bronx. You're there. TikTok. YouTubes. Hold on. Anyway, so Dick Face. What do we got here? Guys, you got to head to YouTube to see this, though. You're not going to be able to appreciate it over there. I can't do the fresh cut. You got to watch that one on your own. It's ridiculous. Cage home quarantine. I'm in freaking Hong Kong in a cage, and you could rent a cage in Hong Kong. I did 3 episodes. Cage home quarantine. Tomb Raider. Dick Face's Tomb Raider. I did that as well. Where in the world is Dick Face? Did that as well. Man, I was in a Tibetan monastery on this one. God, all this stuff is. I was at the beach. I did the X-Files. Dick Face and Face Mulder and Sonny Scully. That's there. 3 episodes of that. Office Space with Dick Face. I kind of want to see this. This is going to get me a yellow here or something because you got the music for Office Space in here likely. Guys, if you are able to head over to YouTube, you're going to want to see these. These are ridiculous comedies I did over this 1,845-day run.
Dennis, you gonna get back to work anytime soon or what? What's so important? Who are you sending this message to, huh? Oh, you trying to buy some more Bitcoin or something? What are you doing? You're taking advantage of the Face. You can't come into the workforce, the Face Enterprises. Hey, you put your face down a smartphone.
Look at Sonny.
Oh, there you.
Look at where Sonny is.
I can't figure you out. I'm trying to put on a Fortune 500 company. I got all these people here working. I got you there sitting there, stupid smartphone. Hey, yibbity you. How dare you? I'm gonna tell HR to look into you. We can't outright fire you. Because you have a beard, they're gonna say that it's a racist move. Unbelievable, 2021, right? 2021, he's got a beard. We can't fire him. It's discrimination. You can't discriminate against the beard. I can't figure this world out 2021. Oh, but Dennis, he can sit there and do nothing on his friggin' smartphone. I can't fire him for that, though. He's got to misappropriate. He's got to go and touch someone on the hiney hole. Whatever it is, he can't. He can't take advantage of the Face anymore.
You're taking advantage of the Face.
What do we do? I can't figure it. Dennis, let me ask you a question. You think you're at Sunny status? Huh? You think you're at Sunny status? What are we doing here, Dennis? I can't figure it out. I'm trying to get you to go back to work. I got Sonny over there. He's not working already. I can't have 2 employees sitting there doing nothing at the times. Tell your girlfriend you'll talk to her after work. Tell your mom that she's really great. She did a good job raising you. Such a good job that you don't freaking work. You put a beard, and now your boss can't fire you. How dare you? Let me tell you one more thing, Dennis. Elbow in the fudge!
Oh, he got an elbow in the fotch. Listen, you never want to get an elbow in the fotch from Dick Facce. Which is not good. Oh, man, that wasn't the one I was going to play for you, but now we're over an hour. That's what happens here. Unreal. Can I play the one that I wanted to play for you, which was the De Niro one? Freaking De Niro. De Niro! Hold on, no. I don't see the De Niro one. How's that? Christopher Walken plays Dick Facce in Two Guys. Oh. So what? Christopher Walken did the part of Dick Facce? I forget what I did on this one. It's so funny. I create so much. I have no idea when I look at something. I'm like, what was this? What the hell did I do? Let's see. Let's see what I did as Christopher
Critics
Walken.
and audiences agree. The Beekeeper
Guys,
is some of the most fun
YouTube, if you want to see me acting like Christopher Walken, here we go.
Wow. Down in Bronx today, sitting in Fudge. You're supposed to come down and give your respect to Dick Facce. You decided not to disrespect. You go to the places down North Ave.
I can't.
And sit at my table.
I can't. Oh, I've done so many stupid things on this show. It's unreal. Christopher Walken acting like Dick Facce. How stupid. Okay, let's just see. De Niro. Here we go. How dare you, Robert De Niro? This is one of the original Dick Facce bits. I loved it. If I recall, it's pretty funny, but what the hell? I have no idea. It's been 3 years.
I'm gonna pull a De Niro on them. I'm gonna pretend I know how to act. And when they say, oh, action, I'll just talk like myself. And be like, oh, let's give him an Oscar. He's the worst. Are you kidding me? De Niro? How dare you? Hold on now, man. I was up for a part. I was up for the part that he got. Yeah, in Bronx Tale. He's right. I was there at my table. They're like, hey, we're auditioning for Bronx Tale. I'm like, I'm in the friggin' Bronx already. I got a table here with an espresso and a biscotte, dipping the biscotte right here while you're filming over there. I'm already typecast for the part. What do you want me to do? They're like, oh, you gotta read these lines real quick. These over here. I'm like, okay, I could do that. I did that. They're like, you're the genius that we've not seen in our lives. They give the friggin' part to De Niro? Are you kidding me? De Niro? He's friggin' terrible. He's like, oh, kid, what are you doing? But he didn't even have the friggin' Bronx thing going. You know what I mean? It's like, who is that? De Niro acting like De Niro on stage reading script as De Niro? Oh, yeah, let's give him a couple million and a friggin' Oscar. How dare you? How dare you? I can't figure you out with the De Niro move. And then he's so critical of the president. Oh, yeah? Why don't you be the president or something? Oh, yeah, I did the Tribeca Film Festival. Oh, you did? Oh, good for you. Is that where you acted like yourself and got paid to be yourself? And you had an Oscar for being yourself? How dare you? I was there at my table being myself. I was being Facce. Getting respect. They friggin' disrespected the Facce by hiring Robert De Niro. He's not worth the De Niro, okay? He's not worth the De Niro. Oh, how dare you? Oh, we're gonna give him millions and an Oscar. Oh, what did he do? Well, he read the script. Suddenly, could you believe this? They give De Niro millions and a friggin' Oscar. They said he was genius. Have you seen him? Yeah, same guy as when he's going to get a friggin' grocery bag. He's like, I need milk and I need some... They're like, really? You need to ask for the milk like this? What happened with this guy? How dare you, De Niro? I can't figure you. You pretend to be an actor, but you're just a guy reading a script.
Oh my goodness, Face's hilarious.
I was just joking. How dare you? Hold on, no, man, not. I got a question for you. So you're at the gym, right? You just deadlifted the most you've ever deadlifted in your life. You got Guinness World Records standing there watching you. They're throwing on an extra couple dumbbells. One more freaking set. And you got it. Greatest ever, all time. You beat Schnegger. That's right, Walter Schnegger. You know what I'm talking about. The governor, Walter Schnegger. You beat him. All you gotta do, one more set. Over the intercom. Here comes blaring like freaking Back in Black.
Face's in the Bronx.
You can't drop the dumbbell. You can't put the 760 pounds on the Guinness Book of World Record guy's foot and take a trip Scott drum all the way back to the Bronx and Paris back. I can't. I just can't calculate what's going on in that freaking mind of yours. Hold on, no. I got a question. I don't understand. I can't figure it out. You don't make any sense at all. You're in the field. You're in the field picking vegetables. You're a farmer. You gotta pick all the carrots before you get to the corn. You just got started like 7 hours ago. You're like a quarter of the way done to the first task. You're gonna be there through the middle of the night, okay? You gotta get it done by the morning, or they dock your pay. Also, they threatened to take away your visa because you're not from this country. A whole other thing. You can't take the chance. Drop the freaking hammer and sickle, whatever the hell you got over there, cutting down the freaking car. You go walk through the field. You got a wagon. You're dragging a wagon, horse and all, so you can get to your car. It's an Isuzu tracker. A Isuzu. Do they even make one of them anymore? I don't even know. You got an Isuzu. You got one. Sky blue. Yeah. You're driving. He's pumping out smoke like a freaking locomotive. You're driving. Up 95, right? Coming from Pennsylvania. This thing moves 17 miles an hour on a 55 mile an hour. You're scooting along, 17. Put smoke up to the sky. They think it's a loco. Oh, where's the train? No, it's this freaking guy with an Isuzu over here. You make your way to the bar. From Pennsylvania. You were moving 17 miles an hour. 7 days later, you show up. They created a new Earth. They created a whole other Earth. In the 7 days. God made the seas. God made the land. God made the birds. On the 7th day, he took a friggin' rest. You were still driving there in your jalop. I can't understand why you didn't trade in that Isuzu. They had a good deal on the Honda. You could have got a Honda Accord. Monthlies are like $127 a month. How dare you not go over with your Isuzu? Say, look, I got a locomotive / Isuzu for you. The thing leaks oil. It pumps out CO2s into the universe. This is why we have an ozone problem. The Isuzu. It's the ozone. That's right. You can't leave the Isuzu at the Honda dealership, maybe towards the Tum out there. Hey, give me a ride. I'm on my way to the Bronx. Face's in town. I'm pretty sure no matter who the frig pulls over, they're going to want to come meet Face and pay respect as well. You can't come by the Bronx and not come by my table. on my espresso. I'm there. I'm drinking my espresso. I'm smelling the beautiful Bronx laundry cleaner right next door. Some homeless person over there smells fantastic. I got my espresso. Take a little biscotti. Dunkaroo. You never had a Dunkaroo before? I can't figure out why you even exist. You're the... What? What the... I can't... How... When... And then Sonny, what are we doing, Sonny? I can't figure it out. It's unbelievable over here. We're getting a call, Sonny. Somebody's calling in. Yeah, right now. I know. Right in the middle of a Sonny bit. How dare you interrupt? How dare you, Clip? Hold on now, man. So, I'm in the middle of ripping apart another How Dare You clip. You're calling to ruin the clip? How dare you?
Actually, no, call back. I have to switch this up and put on a specific thing here in order to get calls to work here. There is... Vornado is hilarious. You can go forever on these. There's one I have to play for you at the end here. This thing is really loud. I'm sorry.
It's just too loud. I can't deal with the fan. It's a heater. It's freaking cold in this basement. You'd think by now I'd graduate to a freaking real studio with heat. No. I'm in a basement with a freaking heater pointed at my fotch. How dare you, heater? Vornado. How dare you, Vornado? You gonna spray your heat in my fotch? When I'm trying to do a show, you're gonna disrespect me like that? How dare you, Vornado? I can't figure how Vornado can do such a thing. Let me talk to the manufacturer. Hold on now, man. Yeah, who am I speaking with? Oh, hi, Carlos. Yeah, this is Dick Facce. Yeah, that Dick Facce. I appreciate you're a big fan. Listen, I'm here right now, okay? We're trying to figure out what the frig is wrong with your product. It's so stupid loud, right? It's spraying the heat right in my fotch. I'm unplugging you. What is the deal? You can't give me a whisper silent version? You can't give me one that bakes the entire basement and I don't feel a friggin' thing? How dare you? Hold on a minute, Carlos. I'm sorry. I know you're a fan. I didn't mean to jump on you, but how dare you? How dare you represent the product who's gonna blow their Vornado all over my fotch? What is it supposed to stand for? Tornado? Oh. Well, why didn't you put it on the box? X like tornado. You can't tell. Sonny, why didn't you tell me about the Vornado tank? How dare you, Sonny? Carlos, give me a minute. I'm sorry. Just give me a second. I'm talking to Sonny. You know Sonny, right? You watch the show. How dare you, Carlos? Talking to Sonny. Give me a minute. Sonny, I'm talking to Carlos. Give me a minute. Carlos, look. I'm here. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about this? I'm trying to, do a show, right? It's 6 degrees below zero in this friggin' basement. But when I turn on your Vornado, it shoots my head off. My face and head move at another 1 degree trajectory. Because of your Vornado. It's too powerful. You can't give me the whisper silent version, Carlos. But Sonny, hold on. I'm on with Carlos. Carlos is helping me. He's with the Vornados. He works for Vornado. Sonny, give me a minute. Carlos, I gotta turn my back on Sonny. He's rude. let me ask you a question. Because you're there. You're at the freaking Vornados, right? When are you coming out with a whisper version? You're not coming. You can't come out with a Vornado? It's a whisper version? Vornado, what are you doing to me? How dare you? Wait, hold on now, man. I can't give you an ID like Vornado, and you take it from Fotch? I'm calling my attorney. We're gonna trademark. How dare you? Hold on now, man. Carlos, you gonna take my Vornado? Sonny, he's a thief. Carlos, he's trying to steal my friggin' idea. Vornado, whisper quiet, bake the basement. I know. Get me espresso. 2 biscotti. Sonny, you got me too. Carlos, sometimes Sonny, he doesn't share the biscotti. I'm trying to get a deal. I got a deal with the Senate. They're gonna send me an extra case. They're gonna send it out the back door to the factory. I'm gonna have biscotti for the rest of my days. How dare you, Carlos? Don't cut me off when I'm talking to you. Hold on a minute. I'm trying to tell you something. You're not such good when it comes to customer service. You need to pay attention. Fotch has a thing to say. Okay, hold on, man. Vornado. Patent pending. I already got it done while we're on the freaking phone. Yeah, that's right. They're attached. My attorney was watching. He told me, gave me the little text. He said, Fotch, it's done. We already got the freaking trademark. Patented. Patent pending. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you, Carlos? Hold on. Carlos! Sonny! He hung up on me, son. He's gonna steal my Vornado idea. Get the attorney on the phone. How dare you, Sonny? Give him a scone and freaking espresso. I need to dip it. He's gonna steal my Vornados. How dare he? Oh, guys, Happy New Year.
Wow, I did that on New Year.
That was a very special How Dare You guy.
That was
Happy New Year.
That was year 2. Wow. Wow. I'm playing you one more, guys, but I did that on New Year, my first full year in, I think. Created
What is going on? What are we doing? I'm dealing with crazy people. Sonny, nobody does what you expect. Hold on, one more. So you're from Korea, right? You're a Korean. You have never seen someone from America. In fact, you're one of the small group of people who hate all Americans. You never want to see an American your entire life. You grew up with that kind of thing in your head, right? You find out I'm in the friggin' You can't drop the friggin' bias? You can't forget about that thing you were taught from day one, out of the womb? You can't drop it? And you take Korean Airlines? You're on your way. You're looking out the freaking side window, right? You see the Statue of Liberty. He's holding up it's got the flame. And you're like, oh, I think I'm getting close to Fotch, right? The plane starts to sputter, right? It starts to go down towards the East River. You kick out this door. You got that door. You're in the aisle. Well, you got a little extra leg room. You were like, I'll take you. I got the freaking leg room, right? You're like, I got to kick this freaking door open. You kick the door open. You grab the seat cushion. Everybody else is still on. You jump out. You're holding on to the seat cushion. It acts like a freaking parachute. It kind of softens the drop a little. You break your legs. As you hit the surface of the water. Oh my goodness.
Fache.
I always take it so far. Oh my, hold on. Oh my, oh my goodness. Oh, you hit the water. You break your legs. You can't use them legs no more. They're done. Shattered.
Every bone in both legs. They said it looks like sand. You're swimming. All arms. You're dragging your legs behind you. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh, this just got me, man. I don't know. I gotta stop. Oh my goodness. You're dragging your legs. You're swimming. You got all arms, right? You cramp in your right arm. Now you got one arm. You one arm in it. The hard thing is, though, you're starting to go left. No, you're going right now, and you try to like you try to flip the body in order to go straight, because you got to get to the shoreline. This one comes back into play. You're going right now. This one's a problem. You're right arming it. Now you're going. They start to veer that way. There's a freaking great white in the East River. I don't even know how it got there. He's coming over in your direction, right? You start screaming at that freaking arm. Start walking! Get that freaking arm in there! You go! All of a sudden you go, those legs are freaking dragging a lot behind you though. They're broken, shattered. Every single bone in the freaking legs, they're gone. It's like they never existed in the first place. It's jello. You're moving along. You're going like this, jello legs, right? You get in there, you go, you got the freaking great white behind your back. You're going like this, you go, that freaking great like grabs the left leg, but you can't feel a freaking thing. That leg is dead. He pulls that left leg off. Oh my goodness. That's it, I'm done. I'm done. I can't say anymore. Holy cow. He pulls the left leg off. Oh my goodness. Oh, you get to East River. You pull yourself out. Cramped arms and all. One leg. Got a nub. The left leg is gone. Totally gone. You got nothing left there. It's sad. But as you drag yourself down the West Side Highway and cut across 42nd, painting the streets red with your blood, you eventually show up to the Bronx. Almost dead. Basically dead. But your last words as you expire, as you leave this mortal coil, shuffle off, right? Face, I'm here to perish back. I feel kind of bad that I tossed that espresso in your face as you were dying. I didn't know how serious it was. I thought you were joking when you were pulling along that nubby leg. I thought for sure it was like a prop or something. I didn't know anybody could, drop that much blood. And that other leg just kind of like... That one. That one's a sideshow. Sideshow. Oh my goodness, guys. I can't tonight. What is with me?
That is the best.
I can't keep it together for the fotch.
Craziest fotch bit I ever did in my life.
Guys. I'm sorry.
Holy cow, fotch. I'll tell you what, guys. Great. Right there, that one, how dare you call it, guy calls God. That one's hilarious, too. I called God and have a conversation with God as Dick Face. That was one of the funniest bits. And then I came up with this thing as how dare you Peter Parker, which was another funny bit off the tail end of the calling God one. I'm going to play more Face stuff for you guys. It is so silly. I loved Face. I don't do Face as much anymore. I have a scene for Face now, as you see here. Where is it?
Think about
That's my Face scene with Sonny the Fists. So we'll bring that back out later, but man, that clip, the one I played for you at the end, is my favorite Face bit because of the whole jumping out of the plane thing, breaking the legs, the great white shark. But my favorite moment is when he's like, you dragged yourself across the city, and your last words before you die, before you shuffle off this mortal coil were, Face, I'm here to pay respect. I feel kind of bad that I threw that espresso in your face, though. Like, that is the funniest piece of comedy ever. Face goes to, I feel kind of bad that I threw that espresso in your face. Like, that's how much of a dick Face is. Everybody needs to pay respect. Oh my goodness. Yes, I will be back. I hope to see you guys later. Thanks so much for watching that. A couple of comedy clips. Take us up a level, make us laugh before we get back into the day. This is day 1845 in a row. I will be back later for part 2 at about 9 p.m., maybe a little later. Remember, this is twice a day, so we can reach the entire planet on a daily message, but also with a live chat here on YouTube, where people can come together and see how other people are enjoying and appreciating some live creation. Everything you see, the Dick Face stuff, anything, it's all done in the moment. None of this stuff had been planned out, so if I play you a clip, I play you a song, or if I play a song, it's all happening in the very second, or it happened in the second, and I'm playing you a replay of it. And this is live improvisation at its finest, guys. I don't know what I'm going to do anytime, but I'm always going to keep creating for you. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being here for the search for my bully and everything else we did today. Let me say goodbye to you. On the tube, Helen Gale Townsend, thank you so much. Trish Killian, thank you so much for being here. Anybody else that kicked it with me, thank you. If you see this replay, hope you enjoyed Dick Face. I will give you more of him over here on The Talk. I got Christaba, how are you? Thank you so much for being here. And Taki, Christaba, User 1245, and Hannah, you guys are amazing. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on all notifications. Mongo, M. McD, my brother, and Barella, awesome. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for being here. I look forward to doing this again later. Until then, you got to go away. 1845 in a row, guys. Part 2 later. Music and comedy tonight. We'll be hitting you with some 432 hertz healing music, so join us if you can. And if you can leave a comment after, that's how this show grows. See you later. You got to go away.